Venture Brothers, new season. Starts August 5th on Adult Swim.
What's up?
You guys ready?
Everybody?
Yeah, we're all good.
Oh, yeah, we're doing an interview.
Thought we were just gonna fanboy over you for the next like 10 minutes.
How do you feel when you see this? Tell me about the interview.
Alright, anybody want to start?
Go for it. Go for it.
So, what can we expect in the next season? Obviously, that's gonna be that for everyone who wasn't at the panel.
Nope. It's great. You can just you can expect to have to watch it to know what happens.
Go on.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it. No.
That's it? Okay.
Bigger, better, faster, louder. I don't know. But
Will Red Death ever become a main character?
he gets a lot more play this season. Yeah, we fell in love with him after after we got the Kurgan to do his voice. Like, it was, yeah. So like he's you'll see in the first few episodes, like we bring him back into the fold, and he kind of, he's a more prominent player in the guild and stuff. So yeah, it's good to bring him back.
Very cool. Very cool.
And he's cool looking. They always animate him well, So
It's hard to get facial expressions to a skull.
that's the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So I love that we get to see Monarch, obviously become Blue Morpho. Still have to be the bad guy, Dr. Girlfriend. How are you guys gonna play into that for the next season a little bit more?
That's that has to be resolved from last season. That's kind of what we spend the first leg of the season dealing with. I can't spoil it, obviously, but yeah, that has to come to a head because the whole world hates the Blue Morpho, and is he going to be found out? And if the whole goal was for him to eliminate his competition to Arch Dr. Venture, so that gets dealt with.
Have there been any characters you've had more fun developing than others?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it shows in like who gets left behind in this show, where almost nobody gets left behind, and they get their own story arcs later on. 21 is probably the character who's had the most change happen to him. The most evolution. And a lot of that was more Hammer doing that than me, but that's been a kind of cool thing around him. 21's a big one, but
We can get it with 21.
I'm trying to think who we dig deeper into all the time. Dr. Venture doesn't really change. It just has different levels of almost learning something and being more or less pissy. These guys are stable. The Monarch's been a lot of fun to just keep messing with them, to go, this is boring to just have an arch villain who's like, I'm going to get you. And so we've made that part of his character. It's like, oh, that's all he's about is I'm going to get you. What does that mean in this comic book world? What does he have to do to get him? What is even getting somebody,
How has the explosion of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Cinematic Universe affected your new season? Because you really go at Marvel, DC a little bit, tropes and whatnot. So how has that explosion affected it?
Probably less than others. I mean, it just means that everybody gets the references and nobody's on my ass about being too nerdy anymore in the show.
You're welcome, Internet. Yeah.
No, it's not even the more adult Swim. It's like, this is a little inside, this is a little geeky, and then now, like, that doesn't happen anymore because the whole world is geeky now. But I don't know if we go to those places quite as much this season. Like, we didn't like rip hard into specific tropes like that, or I mean, we never went at it like, oh, I want to make fun of this guy. But they're always around, those idiots. There's like group scenes with like, oh, we haven't done this kind of character yet. Like, let's throw him in there. So it only helps.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it difficult at first when you were pitching like this show to a world that wasn't as quote, like you were saying, like more the world's more nerdy now, but back then it was still kind of developing? Was there still a lot of kind of skepticism when you pitched the show originally from that?
Not so much when I pitched it, because we weren't as wide spectrum in our parody stuff, and we hadn't created the characters yet, like 21 and Billy, who were like kind of the voice of the fanboy and stuff like that. So it wasn't a problem pitching it, because also remember, this is like Adult Swim in the early days, and it was just they were doing a lot of stuff where they're C-Lab and everything, where they were taking their old Cartoon Network libraries, so all Hanna-Barbera stuff. And so it was, the Johnny Quest angle fit in the pocket of that, and the kind of dark, humor fit in what they were doing. And it was a low-budget show, And it was only when we were getting, like, later into the scripts for the first season and maybe the beginning of the second season that, like, we maybe started getting some notes about, like, this is a little too inside, a little too nerdy, don't do as much of that. But then that was literally the last time we got the script note. It was like the first episode of season 2.
Yeah,
so.
I always love Potsunomi doing the Sonic wave.
After moving to working on the new season, and from last season when having the move, has it been more, I guess you can say, fresh, that you can do a lot more with the new setting and everything?
Yeah, I mean that helped us a lot. It helped us care more. It was also because we were New Yorkers. It was fun to like put the real world in and our real gripes about the city and stuff like that. It was nice to give the Ventures a win, to not keep milking this, he's a failure and they're running out of money kind of thing, and it gave us a way to like shake up the cast and go, okay, like let's peel off some of these people who have been maybe overpopulating the show, and then kind of bring them in when the story calls for it, instead of just because it's easy, because you want a guy to say something funny. So let's bring Shore Leave in for no reason all the time. Like now, like, it made us focus on our main characters a little more again, and think before using supporting characters. Think, why does this character need to be in this episode? Like, why do I want to bring him in? How does the story make him have to be here? It was good at like disciplining us a little in a weird way, while giving us a whole bunch of fun new stuff to do. And it kind of like the New York setting, just because again, like the Marvel universe, like New York is just full of superheroes and crap, and it gave us license to do that. Like, they're in a city now where they're not like podunk town anymore. Like there's Avengers floating around and Spider-Man and mostly their window dressing, but it gave us opportunities to just like actually just embrace that, instead of it being a thing we do a little bit on the side and like you wonder why any of these people are walking around.
Was LA ever an option?
For them to live?
Yeah.
No. Now I moved to LA last year myself, so Doc is still in New York, I'm in LA, but I would never move them. I like it fine, but I like it because it's a little slower from it. Like I'm relaxing a little more. I'm just enjoying my home a little more than I used to.
My wife's from Brooklyn.
I'm not a young man anymore. Yeah, I love Brooklyn more than anything. I couldn't have loved Brooklyn more than the moment I decided to leave it. So I'll probably go back someday. I don't know.
Middle-aged Dr. Venture, also defense.
Okay. So what we've seen a lot for the last few seasons is hatred in Brock. Obviously, hatred's become the bodyguard, and Brock still has that sense. Are we going to see more of them kind of kind of fighting over that position?
I mean, a tiny bit. There's some lip service paid to it. They don't. I mean, they settled into their roles, which is like Brock is the bodyguard. He is the OSI-issued bodyguard, but they kept hatred on to be the kind of building security, and he also feels just like a member of the family. So, like, their places, there's no longer necessarily that rivalry, but, every once in a while it comes up in conversation, like, nice job, like, Yeah, I think maybe once. He was hell of a job bodyguarding because like Doc gets hurt. So spoiler: Doc gets hurt this season in one episode.
Yeah.
So, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Fly.
Fly?
Yeah, that's it.
Did you have to like register with the FAA though? Like, there are all sorts of logistical questions.
You can only
Right.
fly above like 5 feet or below 5 feet.
Well, now you're putting limitations on me. I just want to fly. That would just be the best one. All the other ones are, I don't know, narcissistic or something like that. I don't need to be stronger than other people. I don't need to spy on them with my invisibility. I just want to be able to go over there without like taking a train.
Really sweet apartment on the
So how far into the future do you guys have? I mean, are you guys looking towards season 10, or are you just still kind of?
I don't know. I mean, we are looking towards season 8 now because we certainly didn't end the story in season 7, as you'll see.
Yeah.
You know, we do leave some stuff open that is cliffhangery, I guess, in a way. I don't know. Yeah, we never look more than one ahead, you know. But I could see us doing more. Certainly we have mortgages now. Maybe it's in our best interest to just keep doing this thing that people want us to do. But no, I mean, it's like, it's hard and it's fun and it's like kind of, you know, I've worked on other things and like nobody's ever given me this much freedom. And, you know, I just get to pursue whatever dumb story we want to. So like, it's a pretty big umbrella. So I can scratch a lot of itches with it. So I like, we'll do it as long as it's fun and as long as somebody wants to keep paying us to do it. You know, as long as they don't go, oh, you're canceled. You can stop making the show and you've been canceled for 2 years. You know, like, I don't know. But yeah. An 8 for sure would be great.
So I asked this to James and Michael earlier. If you were to inherit what the Ventures did, what would you do with all that money?
Oh, I should probably say something nice. I don't know. I'm not sure how much he inherited.
Let's say billions.
Yeah. Billion? I fixed everything. Fixed everything.
James said world peace, and Michael said he was going to start a cult.
Yeah.
I want to have a clever answer, but like the world sucks right now. So, and everybody needs help. So I would try to figure out how to be a charitable human being, and team up with other super billionaires or something. I don't know.
I don't remember the words specifically.
It's not fun. It's not interesting, but these are serious times.
Would you use that money to develop like the power of flight for yourself, maybe?
See, that's never gonna happen. We could probably get rid of like Alzheimer's and some cancers, and certainly we don't need poor people. If I don't mean get rid of them. I mean they would cease to be poor if you spread that out. Jesus. I know what the quote is going to be. We don't need the poor people. I get rid of them. You know, like cancer and Alzheimer's.
Controversial thing to say.
Side project, rocket pack?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Jetpack would be all right. Somebody's got one. Oh, yeah, no, I'd spend a little on myself, sure. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
What would you recommend someone that's trying to get into the industry and with Adult Swim to show their pitch and all that type of stuff? What did you personally do? How did you approach that?
I had a little bit of history already, not with Adult Swim, but like I had written for the Tick animated series, and that was like pretty respected, you know, it was like kind of known for sure. So it was like I wasn't coming, and I had been storyboarding for other shows for a little while, so I was at least able to go, hey, I'm a professional. But what I did was I wrote the pilot, and I put together a whole pitch book and illustrated and stuff like that. More because I didn't, I had pitched other things to other people in the past, and it always seemed like, it was two things for me. One is like the more guesswork you give them, the more they're going to want to like mess with it, or or not get it. Or I wanted to go, here's the script. See, like I don't want to just describe these characters. Go, oh, Dr. Ventures, he's kind of a dick, and then they go, well, how much of a dick? Or no, what is? I don't know if the main character should be a dick. And you go, no, here's the script. Here's how it's funny. Here's how all of this plays out. Here's what these people look like. I wanted it to be as development hell proof as possible, but also I wrote the script just because I wanted to. Like I had I had been kicking around animation for a while, and I had friends who had shows, and I was probably going, I wish I had a show, but I didn't have an idea for a show, and then realized that was all bullshit. Like if there's something wrong with me if I'm not happy if I don't have my own show. And so I wrote the pilot just because I wanted to, like, what became important to me, I was like, the whole point is the work itself. And it's like, it doesn't matter if anybody sees it. I started making myself do like a little cartoon a day and stuff like that. I kind of just re-embraced like, oh, why do you do this? Why are you a creative person? It's not about having this, this, and this. It's about the work, and that's all that matters. And like the minute I did that, I got a show. So it was neat, But I think just do it, because also if somebody else doesn't want it, then you will have done it, but you will also, maybe then you go, all right, well, I'm going to make it myself then too, instead of having somebody else make it. I'm going to put it on the internet,
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.